you are required to answer the question.
Well, I don't think he needs to identify if he hasn't committed a crime.
It doesn't matter. If I ask him to identify himself, he needs to identify himself. He's being detained on a traffic violation.
Yeah, he's not driving.
It doesn't matter. He's being detained at a traffic stop. I could arrest you if I wanted to.
But I don't think that's an arrestable offense.
Yes, it is. I can have this vehicle towed, and you can be...
You're a passenger in a car during a routine traffic stop. The driver is cooperating. So why is the officer now demanding your ID? That's the exact question this passenger asked. The officer's answer? No, you didn't commit a crime, but he demanded the ID anyway. When the passenger refused, the officer resorted to threats and manipulation, even lying to his own supervisor to justify his actions. This is a textbook case of a simple traffic stop spiraling out of control because of one officer's ego. You're about to see a masterclass in police overreach, all starting with one unlawful demand.
How we doing, sir?
Fine.
Deputy Kelly, DeWitt County Sheriff's Office. Reason for your stop is your speed. You know about how fast you're traveling?
Do I know how fast I was traveling?
Yeah.
Do I need to answer that question?
I would like for you to.
Yeah, well, I would like not to make any statements.
Okay. Let me have your driver's license and insurance card. Do you have a ID on your driver's license?
Have I committed a crime?
I can ask you at any time to identify yourself.
Am I under suspicion of committing a crime?
No.
Yeah, Texas is not a stop and identify state.
Do you have a driver's license or identification on you?
Am I required to answer the question?
Yes, you are required to answer the question.
Well, I don't think he needs to identify if he hasn't committed a crime.
It doesn't matter. If I ask him to identify himself, he needs to identify himself.
If you're a passenger and an officer demands your ID, are you legally required to show it? An officer's demand is not automatically a lawful command. Under the Fourth Amendment, a passenger is only obligated to provide ID if the officer has a reasonable suspicion that they are involved in a crime. Merely being present in a vehicle does not meet that standard. Therefore, demanding ID without cause is not a lawful order. It's a violation of the passenger's constitutional rights.
Are you familiar with Penal Code 3802?
Yeah,
What does it say?
very well.
What does it say?
Do you have an ID on you or not?
You need to lawfully arrest him.
No, I don't have to lawfully arrest him. I don't have to. He's being detained on a traffic violation.
Yeah, he's not driving.
It doesn't matter. He's being detained at a traffic stop. I have the right to identify anybody in the vehicle.
Unless you suspect him of a crime. That's 3802.
That's what I'm going to do, is see if he has any warrants or anything for his arrest.
Well, you suspect him of having any warrants?
Could be, yeah.
Well, you have to articulate your reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime.
You're breaking the law twice.
Well, you're talking to me then.
Yeah. Okay. He's a passenger in a vehicle that the law's being broke in. Okay. You were speeding, number one. Number two, you're
allegedly speeding.
Allegedly speeding.
Allegedly.
80,
that's your
84 and a 70 is not allegedly.
That's your allegation. I haven't been convicted of that.
Your registration is out on your vehicle, so I could arrest you if I wanted to.
I don't think that's an arrestable offense.
Yes, it is. The only two non-arrestable offenses: speeding and open container. Which you have a speeding violation, and you don't have an open container, but you do have expired registration. Okay. I can have this vehicle towed, and you can be arrested.
To be towed, I have to be convicted of the crime.
You are convicted. You're driving a vehicle.
I haven't been to court.
You're being okay. Do you have an ID on you or not?
Am I required to give it to you?
You are required to give it.
Do you have a supervisor?
I sure do.
Okay, we'd like to talk to him.
Okay, I will let you talk to him, and if I have to, I'll have him come out here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm requesting a supervisor.
Okay, all right, good deal.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
I pulled this guy over, 84 and a 70 on 119. I asked him for his driver's license and insurance, and of course are you aware of penal code, yada yada, all this and that. Well, he's got expired registration on the vehicle. Asked the passenger for his identification. He wouldn't give me his identification at all. He's asking for a supervisor to make location.
They're asking for a supervisor to make location on a traffic stop?
Yes.
Where are they from?
San Antonio. I told him, that he's in violation of the law because he was speeding. He said, no, I was allegedly speeding. And I said, well, you also have expired registration. And he said that he hasn't been convicted of that, so there's nothing I can do about it.
Are they
and
like
I have no idea. It's two Hispanic gentlemen.
two Hispanics?
Yeah, I told him, he could be arrested for the registration and the vehicle could be towed. And he sat and argued with me and said, no, I can't do that, and that I need to have. He's requesting a supervisor to make location.
Okay. Let me call Chief, tell him what's going on, and then I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. The guys are not IDing, and he's refusing to cooperate with rest. That's correct?
What is going on is the driver. I went up, I introduced myself, this Deputy Kelly, blah blah blah, and I asked him for his license and insurance, and he handed me his license. He hadn't handed me his insurance yet, and then I asked the passenger. I said, can I see your? Do you have an ID or can I get your name and date of birth? And he goes, have I committed a crime, or am I suspicious of committing a crime? And I said no. I said, but we check everybody that, we have the right to check anybody in the vehicle to, just to see if, to identify yourself, number one, see if you have any, if there's any issues or whatever, warrants or whatever. And he said, but have I committed a crime? And then the guy said, well, you're aware of penal code such and such and such? And I said, yes, sir, I am.
He clearly wasn't familiar with Texas Penal Code 3802, because if he was, he'd know a passenger isn't required to show ID unless they're lawfully arrested for a crime. And while explaining the stop to the other officer, he fumbled through the story, trying to paint the passenger as uncooperative, just to justify his own actions.
And he said, well, you need to read over that, a little bit better or something. And I said, well, you also have committed a violation with expired registration. And I said, so you guys are being detained on a traffic violation, and that's why I'm asking for, identification from both of you. And he goes to say, I'm alleged, you're alleging, I haven't been convicted of the speeding violation. I said, but you do, have expired registration. He said, but the passenger's not. He's not driving the vehicle. Why do you need his identification? And I explained it to him again. He goes, well, I need your supervisor to come out here.
Well, supervisors are off, and she said, I'm not coming out.
Okay.
Get Mr. D or Brandon out there with you. Chief said, because at the time, I got the two mixed up. I thought you said the guy hadn't provided the ID.
The driver gave me his identification. I ran him and he's clear.
Okay.
But there, he's being the passenger's not cooperating. They're driving 84 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone.
1216 status.
Hang on one second. 1216. Everything's okay. Can you have 1208 make my location, please?
County 1208.
So, but the passenger's not cooperating.
Okay. Well, the passenger technically, we can request, but he doesn't have to.
Sure.
Okay. You tell the guy you're going to be cited for this and this. If he refuses to sign, tell him, okay, then you got to go before a magistrate. You're under arrest.
Okay. So if he refuses to sign the citation, then arrest him.
Right. And tow the vehicle and give the passenger a ride back to the office and let him sit there.
Okay. All right.
Tell them, you're waiting. You're getting still waiting on supervisors or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
But how far out is Maze from you?
He's in Cuero,
Okay. Where's Diaz at?
Myersville.
He's actually probably closer.
Yeah. Well, he's on his way.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, tell them you've been on the phone with supervisors. There's no supervisors on duty at this time and stuff. Make sure your cameras are all rolling good.
Yeah.
Tell him, that we have the alleged fee, or the fee. We have expired registration.
Yeah.
Okay. Is his insurance good on the vehicle?
I don't know. I hadn't got his insurance card, and I just got on the phone with you.
Right. Well, ask dispatch on the radio if they can confirm his insurance.
Okay. 1216 County. Can you confirm insurance on that vehicle?
1216 insurance is confirmed, expires May 16, 2018.
Receive.
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Chief agreed with me because that was him calling. If he refuses to sign the ticket, hook him up. Do PC affidavits on him. You can use the speed and the expired registration. Make sure you get good pictures.
Okay.
Take him in. Tow the vehicle. Have the passenger ride with Diaz to the office.
Okay.
And sit at the office and tell him he can get somebody there to pick him up.
Okay.
Because if they refuse to sign, which is a promise to appear, we got to take them in and get them magistrated right away.
Okay. Now, I thought that if you were asked to identify yourself, you had to.
Only if it's in commission of a crime or an investigation.
Okay.
Because he's just sitting there as a passenger, he doesn't have to.
Okay. All right.
Now, if you go to tow the vehicle and the guy says, well, we're related to him, well, I can't because he won't identify himself, so I don't know who he is and if he's got a valid eligible driver's license.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Good deal.
All right, call me back if you need to.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
All right, this is what's going on. I pulled these guys over 84 and a 70. Approached the vehicle, introduced myself, told him, so he handed me his ID. He never gave me his insurance card. So I asked the passenger, hey, do you have any identification on you or your name? Can I get your name and date of birth? And he kind of sits back in the corner and is like, am I committed of a crime? And I was like, no, sir, you're not at this time, but we do check everybody in the vehicle to make sure they don't have any local warrants or anything. And, he said, well, do I have to? I said, well, I'm asking you to identify yourself. Can you identify yourself? And then this guy, the driver, are you familiar with Penal Code 36, whatever, blah, blah. And then I noticed that the registration's out. So, I tell him, the kid kept arguing with me saying, well, I'm not, under arrest or I'm not, suspected of any crime, so I don't need to identify myself. I said, well, actually, sir, you're in violation. You're with 2 violations. I said, one for speeding. He said, allegedly speeding. He said, I haven't been committed to that yet. And I said, you're driving a vehicle with an expired registration, which is an arrestable offense, so I could arrest you for it. And he goes, no, that's not an arrestable offense. And I said, yes, sir, it actually is. I said, the only 2 are non-arrestable offenses are speeding and open container. Well, he kept arguing with me, blah, blah, blah.
Is he prior law enforcement?
I don't know. I want to speak to your supervisor. Can you have him come out on location? So I called Carver, told him what was going on. And he told me to have one of y'all make location. And if the guy refuses to sign the ticket, he said arrest him. And since the other guy didn't identify himself, tow the vehicle and have that guy take him back to the office and just let him sit there until he gets a ride.
As far as the passenger, now, if there is, my understanding is if there is no, they are not crime.
True.
To identify themselves.
True. That is true. It is true.
As far as the passenger.
Yeah. He doesn't have to identify himself. I'm just gonna go up there and say, look, you're gonna get a citation for this. If he refuses to sign it, then he said put one of them in your car and one of them in mine and haul them in.
Yeah, because you told him that by signing it is because of promise.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sir. I need you to sign here across the top. It's not admission of guilt, just stating you'll contact the court on or before the 22nd of February.
All right. Here's a quick question. What happens if I don't sign it?
Well, you're refusing to sign, you'll go to jail.
I go to jail?
Yeah.
So, okay, so what I'm just trying to get across, my signature is not going to be voluntary. It's going to be on the...
But it's just a promise that you're going to contact the court. That's what your signature is promising.
Right, but my signature is not voluntary. I'm doing it because if not, you're taking me to jail.
Okay.
That's the only way.
Well,
that's the only reason I'm signing this.
Okay. You're signing saying that you're going to go to court on or before this date. That's what your signature, regardless if you want to sign it or not. Okay. That's what that signature is for.
Yeah, just for the record, my signature is not voluntary, and I'm signing this because if I don't sign, you take me to jail. That's what you said.
What you're doing when you sign that is you're promising that you're going to go to court,
yes,
regardless if you volunteered or not.
Okay. Well, I'm saying my signature is not voluntary. My signature says I'm going to go to court.
Yes.
But my signature is not voluntary.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say is you're making me sign it because if no, I go to jail.
No, I'm asking you to sign it. It's up to you whether you want to sign it or not.
It's under it's under threat, duress, and coercion. I mean, if I don't sign it, I go to jail. That's the only reason.
Well, if you don't go to court, you go to jail.
Yeah. But right now, if I don't sign, I go to jail right now.
Yeah. So basically, all this is saying is you're going to go to court. Okay. If you don't go to court, then you get a warrant and you go to jail.
Sir, you're hearing, but you're not listening, sir. So he's saying that if he doesn't sign it, you're threatening to take him to jail.
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying. Okay, he would go to jail and be magistrated.
Okay.
Because either way, you're going to get magistrated.
Sure.
Okay, so either way, it's either do it now or do it later. However you want to do it. Either you go see a judge now. You either go see a judge now or you go see a judge later. Okay. So it's however you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's your ID. There's your citation.
All right.
This is a courtesy card.
All right.
Stating, with all the judge's information on it. Yep. Like I said, you have until the 23rd at 9 a.m. to contact the judge on the charges that you're being charged on.
All right. That's fine.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Slow it down and have a good day.
Can a police officer legally arrest you for a minor traffic violation like speeding or expired registration? It's crucial to understand the legal distinction between a minor infraction and an arrestable offense. The Fourth Amendment protects citizens from unreasonable seizures, which includes unlawful arrests. For an arrest to be valid, an officer generally needs probable cause that a serious crime has been committed or a valid warrant. Minor traffic issues are typically classified as civil infractions, not crimes. On their own, they do not meet the high legal standard required to justify taking a person into custody.